Hi all, good day. Tomorrow Karnataka is going for elections. It is a very big day for Karnataka and for India too. Tomorrow, I think most of the people might be going for vote, and I think you might have decided whom to vote for. And whomsoever you vote for, please make sure the candidate is clean and not corrupted. And some of the people might be in confusion whom to vote for, and some of the people might be bored of the existing political system and have opted not to vote. But people, please don't waste your vote. Go cast your vote. I'll tell you why. If you are not willing to vote, please go and see the electoral list and see the candidate list who are all competing in your constituency. And if you don't like any of them, please opt for nota, none of the above. If you don't go and vote, it will give a chance for any other corrupt candidate to enter into political stream. Please, please make sure that you are going to decide the future. It is you who is going to decide the future of India for the next 5 years. Every single vote counts. It is the duty of every single Indian to go and vote. I'll tell you how to go and decide which candidate is better. So I'm not supporting any political party. I'll just give you an idea of how from the websites of Indian government and websites of some NGOs about the details of all the candidates available. Let's see right now. In Google, if we click google.co.in and elections, we get this page. And if you are from Rajajinagar, for example, your pin code is 560010, and if you click, and then you get your constituency is Bangalore South, and these are the list of constituents, that is candidates contesting in your Bangalore South constituency. So for example, if you want to know about the details of anyone, you can go for My Neta Info. My Neta Info. So in My Neta Info, you go for all candidate list, and in that, just a second till it loads. And one thing I will tell you, please don't elect a candidate who has a criminal background. And this is these are a list, what do you call this, contains the collection of affidavits, the datas of the records of all the the criminal records and the education records, and all the records of the candidates. Look at this. So totally, so in India, almost in the 523 candidate, 523 this thing constituencies, total number of that is candidates are 3,309, and 17% or of candidates are declared with declared with criminal cases, and 329, 10% are with serious criminal cases like murder, kidnapping, rape. So this is the crorepati and all. And if you want to see for your Karnataka, please go to Karnataka list, JK. So for example, if you want to see Davangere, just click Davangere, and then you will go for the list of candidates available. So these are the list of candidates. Okay. Parasuram, BSP. So look at this. These are the list of candidates contesting here. And one more important thing is the criminal case record. So look at the criminal cases. Mr. Veerappa of Vichara Jagruti Congress Paksha. No, I am not like against any party. I'm just giving an example. And this Congress candidate Mallikarjun has 6 criminal cases. So usually in political in political arena, people might be getting uh, political cases, like big people will be booked. There are so many chances for people getting under scrutiny of our law and order. So we have to see in which case they are booked, whether the criminal case is serious, or if it is like whether they went out for some riot or for any protest and then they charged. So mostly all social activists, when they go out for protesting, they might be charged for several sections, and for that is for obstructing the public officer from duty and all. But you have to see which section they have been booked for. Now look at this. Our candidate here, Congress candidate, have been booked for 2 charges, illegal in this thing. And this is just an example. I'm not criticizing anyone. So this is an example, and you can go and look for any information from any candidate. For example, Bangalore Central. Uh, Bangalore Central. So look at this. These are the candidates. IND is individual, independent. I mean, and then Karunadu party, whatever. And please go. Please make sure that you don't elect an corrupt candidate. And one more thing, you can say that what if I don't go and vote? The thing is, if you don't go and vote, you are giving a chance for corrupt people to come inside. If you feel that these people are corrupt, and look, if the criminal case doesn't say that he is corrupt or he's bad or not, because as I told you, they may be social activists, they may be protesting against the government, and they may be booked. You have to go for the details of the criminal case record, and along with that, you can get their assets, and that is movable and immovable assets. So this is something which our generation have an advantage over the previous generation. We can choose with consciousness, without any hearsay evidence. We can just see it by ourselves, and then we can choose our own. Look, even the phone number of the candidate is even given. So if you see the back Nandini Alva or something, so everything, the details of the relationship, everything has been given. So please, people, uh, please go for this mynetainfo.com. This contains the affidavits which are submitted by the candidates. There is no way that this is not authentic. This is authentic. So please go and ensure that you elect the correct person, because it is our fundamental right. And I'll tell you one more thing. I'll show you the, wait 1 second. uh, so these are look at this. So our statistics says that rural India votes more than urban India. Educated class vote less than the uneducated class. Look at this guy. This guy especially, he walked 8 mile. And look at this guy, Abdul Samad. He doesn't have his hands. He lost his when we were, so look at this lady. She also votes with her legs. So when people like them vote, why can't we? So look at this. Many times we as Indians, we feel that voting is useless, because every time corrupt politicians come. So and we feel that voting is useless. But a developed country, the definition of a developed country is that the non-voters should be from the poor and the young. Whereas in this country, the voters, the most of the voters in recent election, Meghalaya represented 85%. That is 85% electoral, that is polls, whereas in Delhi it recorded only 64%. So it is a area of concern, so where we have to concentrate on. And voters are, look, voter turnouts are in fact lower in urban areas than rural areas. So we can't let this go like this. And then what we have to see is that the Lok Sabha members, 60 people from the Lok Sabha have never 60 people from the Lok Sabha have never signed the register. That means we have elected people from 60 constituencies who have not ever gone to the parliament. You might know that every constituency represents 13 lakh to 20 lakh voters, and these 60 peoples have cheated those people. They have never represented, they have not gone to the parliament. So what is this? These are informations collected. You can go and check My Neta info, and PRS India is one more website which I would like to tell you all. PRS India. So like, let's go and search PRS India. So PRS India. So PRS India is here. PRS India home. So here is the MP track. Click it. So here is your state, Karnataka. So look at this. So all your MPs, the details of all your MPs are here. So if you want to look at any of the MP, for example from Kolar, so it has the details of everything. Look, so where is selected from which state, what is his education, and how many days he attended. For I don't know why, but it doesn't contain the attendance of this guy KH Muniyappa, I mean. And we can go for Janatana Swami, Chitradurga MP, and look at his attendance. So look at this. He has attended 59% and is the national average. So everything, how they have represented and what are the questions they have asked, and like every detail is here in this website. And as educated people, as people of a different generation, of a people of a forward and educated generation, we are uh, required to get this information before we press the button, rather than the previous generation which was mesmerized by political speeches of tainted politicians. We are not the same generation. We have to ensure that we select and elect the correct candidate. For that, the government of India has spent so many crores of rupees in providing these informations regarding where of the affidavits or the whatever the background of all the candidates. So you can get any the information of any candidate by this PRS India and PRS India and the My Neta info. And one more thing is ADR. ADR is very important. Lok Sabha ADR. Let's see ADR. So just a second till it loads. Yeah. I hope you all know about this. So this contains the list of all the candidates, whether the criminal records or whatever. So look at this. So phase 5 analysis, criminal and financial background details. So Karnataka comes under phase 5. Let's download this report. So just a second, 12 seconds. So until then, I urge you again and again, when people like Ahmed, and you saw that lady and that senior citizen with just a piece of cloth around his waist coming and voting, it is our right, it is our duty to vote for the nation, instead of voting for caste or creed or religion. Let's go, please, because look, as the website has opened, this is the ADR, which contains the information of everything. Look at this: 279 candidates of Karnataka, not only Karnataka, out of 1,761 candidates. Okay, that is 1739 out of 1,761 candidates. So 279 criminal cases, 173 with serious criminal cases like rape and all. So look at this, with criminal cases, Karnataka. So number of candidates with criminal cases is 55. Please